Crab Island is surrounded by an idle speed zone. It's going to be a large silver square sign, and it's going to have an orange circle in it, surrounded by a square orange border. Once you come into an idle speed zone sign, or idle speed zone, it's going to say idle speed, no wake. Once you're in that zone, you're going to be required to be settled in the water, off plane, and traveling at the slowest speed possible to maintain steerage. Once you get to the end of that idle speed zone, you're going to see another sign, another square sign, silver in color with an orange circle and an orange square, and it's going to say resume normal operation. A lot of these people are excited to get out here, and they want to take their family out here and experience a good time. And maybe when they're learning the area, they're not really paying attention to the education that's being provided to them about these idle speed zones. Hey guys, it's all idle speed in here. Yeah, all idle speed. Right there is idle speed. Okay. Once you pick up, you're not at idle anymore. It's a $90 fine, so make sure you're at idle. Okay. When in doubt, if you don't know, look at everybody else, and you'll get an idea, okay? All the way out to that orange sign out there, once you get on the other side of that, you're good to go. Inside of here is all idle, all right? Boating under the influence is a major issue that we deal with here. Okaloosa County is second in the state of Florida for boating under the influence arrest. We're only second to Miami, who was number one, and we're a seasonal location. But again, in and around Crab Island is an extremely congested area of rentals, pontoons, rental PWCs. These people, they get out here, they're not from the area, they're unfamiliar with the zones, and they want to have a good time. And alcohol gets commingled in there as well. And again, Okaloosa County is number 2 in the state of Florida for boating under the influence arrest. We're seasonal. We only out here operating, really in warm weather a few months a year. We're out here to remind those people and do the best we can to enforce the law and educate as well. Extremely strong, and people will get caught up in that and they don't realize, and the current gets so strong you can't swim against it. And ultimately, we have multiple people every year that perish in this current. This is why it's important to make sure you know where you're at. If you're out here in the shallow water, make sure you have, the deep water, make sure you have a life jacket. Make sure you have one accessible. But more importantly, make sure you know where you're getting off the boat. Make sure you know it's shallow where you're getting off. Check your chart plotter. Check your fish finder is what people call them. See how deep the water is. And if you're not unsure, look at the other vessels that are parked around you. Get an idea before you jump out into the water, especially in a strong current. Yep, life jackets are extremely important. You need to make sure you have a life jacket for everybody on board. As you can see right here, this is the type of life jacket that you cannot wear when you're skiing or when you're riding a personal watercraft, a wave runner. When you are driving your vessel and you're the captain of the vessel, you're responsible for everybody on that, all your passengers that are on your boat. I can't say enough that I like to say have your head on a swivel. Because you may be looking out for your family and all the passengers on your vessel, but the other vessel may not be. Florida law requires anybody born after January 1st, 1988 to attend a boater safety education course. If you're going to be operating a vessel, you're required to have that vessel license. One last thing I'd like to close with is, although there may not be a posted idle speed zone or minimum slow speed zone, there's nothing wrong as a captain of a vessel just being courteous. Think about when you get people trying to load their boats on the trailer at the boat ramp, or they're pulling up to their dock. We're coming in right now to the Brooks Bridge minimum speed wake zone, and we have vessels right here on the shore. Nothing wrong with putting down a little earlier, chopping your throttles, settling in the water. That way we're not throwing out a wake to these people right here on the beach that are trying to visit the Gulf. And then as you can see, you're just prior to the slow speed zone, and then once you get inside the zone right here where the signs are posted, just maintain that speed. And once you get out of the zone, you come to the resume normal safe operation signs and you can take off.